Anyway, I started school at the age of 5. Reed Parker owned part of Parker Barnhart Funeral Home. And they lived up the street, and Mr. Parker was on the school board. And he told my mother she was working, trying to work, and he said, he's Miss Fitz, enroll him in school. So back then, you didn't have to have the credentials or a birth certificate to start. They'd take your word for it. So I started school when I was 5. And I went to school in the old Hiawatha building, right across from Musgrove Merritt Ryan Funeral Home today. And it was a 2-story building. You had 2 entryways. The band room was built on the side of it, on the south side of the building, and that alley had an alley going through there, but they just closed it off. And but that was the Hiawatha School. I in the 4th grade, I moved up to Claremont. Claremont School. There've been 3 Claremonts. A lot of people don't know that, but there's an old red brick building there I never went to, but it faced the east, and it was they was tearing it down and didn't have it destroyed. It was a 2.5-story building, and I had a basement, a half basement in it, and they were tearing that down. An interesting thing about that old building is when Claremore got EUPS in 1909. It didn't have a building up on the hill, and it became the top story in that building. They used that for the college or for the preparatory school in that first year in 1909. Now the high school went to, the high school wasn't built until 1920. So I presume
Claremont was the high school?
Claremont was just a high school 1 year for EUPS.
Gotcha.
Then about everybody went up on the hill to EUPS. They didn't build a Claremont High School that the First Baptist Church tore down the other day. Wasn't built till 1920. And the 3 Claremonts, you had the one there that they tore down, the old red building. Then the WPA built a building there that faced 8th Street, and they closed that one to make it better for the football field. First Lanto Field there. They were
So the first Lanto Field was at Claremont?
They first played. They used OMA's field there at one time some, and they had the first football field I understand was out at Perriers Park. That's where Luther McNames had his junkyard out there for many, many years. And the city has torn that down. It's still there, nothing's there, but Cat Creek runs through it. Perriers Plunge was there at one time. And it didn't have any filter system on it. They'd empty that thing out about every 2 weeks and refill it with fresh water. If you swam in it, the last of the 2 weeks is pretty nasty. And anyway, then they added on to Claremont, and now, of course, they built a new Claremont there where the football field is between 7th and 8th there where it is now. But that's where the first Lanto Field was.
Okay, so you went to high school in what just was recently torn down by the First Baptist Church.
Right, I went to
Right
I graduated
right across
there.
from the museum.
Right across from the Will Rogers Library and Museum.
And museum, okay.
Right.
And you graduated from high school in what year?
1950.
1950?
Right.